Hey y'all, welcome back to My Unpopular Opinion. That's still the name for now. Just give me another week or so and I'll end up changing it. But thank you for tuning in and make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're new, this is a place for free thinkers, people with a alternative opinion that's different from the common sheep coded opinion that I feel like is out here where everybody just follows whatever is trendy and important. That's not what we do here. Here we give a real raw opinions and what I believe is truth coated with humor. Okay, so I love to, have my little comedic moments here where I say funny stuff. I try not to be too mean about it because it really is just lighthearted, but it is what it is. Y'all like when I say crazy stuff about people, but it's always based in truth. Like I said, with just a little humor. But if you like that, subscribe to the channel. Let's get into some of these topics. I want to talk about Nicki teasing her new album. I think in my last video, I was kind of saying, like, I can't wait till she puts out something new. And, like, if you're a real supporter of her and you just, like, don't like low vibrational music and stuff like that, then, you're on the same bandwagon as me of, like, okay, when is Nicki gonna drop something? I like real music, real talented people, not the gimmicky stuff. So I've definitely been waiting, and like I said, I can't wait for her to go on tour again and stuff like that. So I'm like, good. I'm happy she is teasing her new album, but she's talking about how inspirational it's gonna be for everyone. She started off by saying that it's gonna inspire women who have, pretty much, and I'm paraphrasing, but pretty much gone through hardships, who's had to really stand in the face of adversity, which is one of the main reasons why I love Nicki Minaj and support her, because I like people who do stand in the face of adversity, who do, have struggles and opposition, but they overcome it, and they rise above it, which is what she's been doing for many years. And which is why she's so inspirational. I feel like that's one of her main purposes of being here is to inspire and show people, like you can push through adversity when you have enemies and ops and all the opposition coming against you, that you can still prosper. That's what I love about her, that she has so many obstacles that try to get in her way, yet she still rises to the occasion and becomes successful each and every time. She takes it to new heights. So that's divine. That's like a spiritual gift to be able to do that. So I love that about her. So she says that it's going to inspire women, but she also talks about inspiring men like myself who support her as well. Because let's be honest, y'all, most of Nicki's haters are, it's weird, but I would say most of her haters are women. I will say, a lot of women, whatever, Nicki exudes, they just are, I say jealous and they just hate on her. But a lot of women hate on her and she makes a lot of women feel insecure. And so I feel like a lot of Nicki supporters are guys. And then I do feel like, but at the same time, a lot of guys also hate on her and are the ones who are trying to diminish her career. A lot of the big executives are also threatened by her and they're men. So, it's 50-50, but at the same time, it's not, because women, are the main ones hating and bashing her though. So, but she gonna inspire them too, just like she said in her first album. She's rooting for the girls that never thought they could win. Okay, she's been doing that whether y'all want her to or not. But she did say too, tell them bitches get a stick, I'm done leading the blind. So she gonna lead you as long as you got the eyes to see. So yeah, I can't wait till she releases it. A lot of people are mad. Obviously, the ops are mad about it because they hate for her to keep going. They hate for her to want to release anything new. And we know, like, some of these other botched industry plants are also working on releasing their music. And I'm not like impacted by it. Like the stuff that they do, it doesn't bother me anymore. It's like, just release y'all little music, compete with each other, and then when Nicki releases hers, we're gonna get to continue to see what the real is and what the generic, fake, low vibrational type of music is at the same time. So we'll see what happens. I think Nicki says she's gonna be working on releasing it next year. You already know Jay-Z the Moose and all of them are like getting their little panties in a bunch already. Like, oh, she said she gonna release it next year. We gotta work on what we can do. We gotta see what we can stop. We gotta get some blogs to post some negative stuff about her. We gotta sabotage. We can't let her release. You already know they're working on it, but I know Nicki is well aware of where her opposition comes from, and I'm just hoping that she can continue to outsmart them and that she has multiple plans in place to combat their jealousy and what they may try to do. But they've been trying for a long time, just like her last album. Like that album, I know for a fact sold way more than what they allowed it to say it sold. And we know they did take away some of her sales from the album for some stupid trivial reason that they came up with. And allegedly Jay-Z the Moose and those people were behind that as well. But even with them taking away numbers from her, she still has the highest female rap album, I feel like, organically. So that's what it is. So we'll see. Next, moving on to, well, speaking of Jay-Z the Moose, since I was just talking about him, Moosey, his alleged son, Raymir, I do believe that's his name. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he did a video recently saying that he is not giving up the case, that he did not willingly want to drop the case, which is what I said anyway. I knew he didn't want to drop the case. I knew that they were playing some sick games and, everything like that. He also mentioned, how lawyers and judges and everything like that and these industry people and celebrities have their connections to do the things that they do. So he says that this one is retracted for now, but he's going to be doing some other things. And so I'm happy that he is not giving up on this case. I really want other people to support him and back him, because why is Jay-Z the Moose trying to avoid getting this DNA test? Why do you not want people to know that this is your child? I mean, what is Grandma Beyonce gonna do a spell on you or something? Like, she knows that before you I mean, first of all, you what, 20 years older than her? She knows that before you got with her that you was, thotting and bopping and everything all through it, up and through the streets and industry. So if you had a baby before her, I don't see why that would be a problem, unless she's that crazy to where they just don't want nobody to have a child outside of him and her, which is like, okay, I guess if that's, but that's fake, which is what they are, fake. That just is what it is. I don't know. Well, I guess they're saying allegedly the child's mother, who I think passed away now, was much younger than him, than Jay-Z the Moose as well. So that could be coming out, and I guess he just does not want Raymir to prove that he is his father. But I think him avoiding it and doing all these games is answer enough to me that is allegedly his child, in my opinion. So I'm just hoping that Raymir can get the support from like some really, really good Jewish lawyers or something that can, help get this DNA test done so we can get the truth out there that he most likely is his father. Because if it was me, I would just take the test and be like, that is not my child. Let me take this test. Or even if I didn't know, I would want to know. So to me, that shows more of Jay-Z the Moose's character. So moving on to his robot wife, Grandma Beyonce, the grand robot. She used Destiny's Child once again as her little flunkies, like Wendy Williams said, Beyonce and the girls. She brought the girls out for her last show in Vegas, I guess, where she had, all the demonic crew from Kris Jenner to Oprah to, all those people out there supporting her. And, she brought out Kelly and Michelle. She said, servants, you guys are welcome to appear on stage for 2 seconds. She only bring them out for a quick little 1-2, a quick little walkthrough, and a quick little hug. And to me, that is so selfish. Like, there's been so many opportunities where she could have allowed them to do more. And it's almost as if they can't do anything without her saying yes or allowing them to do it. If you haven't noticed, she gets to go on tour after tour after tour while Kelly and Michelle, I'm not going to say they're reduced to things that are not as big, but at the same time, it's the truth. You know, Michelle has been able to do some little Broadway shows here and there and, you know, posting some outfits, but she hasn't really been able to do like no real stuff, no album, no nothing really. And same with Kelly. Like Kelly gets to release a single every now and again and maybe make an appearance here and there. But she just had to she's opening up for Brandy and Monica's tour, which is like weird that Brandy and Monica will allow you to be on their tour before your own sister, best friend, sister, whatever, will let you open up for her. That's weird to me. And I just don't understand why, because Kelly's so talented, like really, really talented, and Michelle is talented. Yet it's almost as if they're hindered from doing anything outside of Beyonce's say so. And that's my opinion, and that's just how I view it. But every now and again, oh, here, you know, make a little appearance on stage for 2 seconds. It's like y'all could at least do like a full set, something. But no, she got to steal the shine for herself always and forever and continue to keep those girls in her shadow. I feel sorry for them, honestly, especially Kelly. Because Kelly is just as talented, especially vocally. You know, she's a talented girl, but I feel like she's always just like that one notch under great because she can't really step into her greatness because she has Grandma B holding her back. So, and that's been just her whole life, I feel like. And I feel sorry for her. They will never admit it, but that's just how I view it. So, y'all, oh, and then lastly, why did Keisha Cole miss fish dinners? I'm just like, remember they said she was selling fish dinners, but anyway, she did. She's on like a tour or whatever too, and she had Trey Songz pop out on her stage, and she didn't even have any clue that he was going to be performing. So to me, I'm like, okay, that's crazy to me. Whoever set that up is really, really weird. But Trey Songz, you know, he went from really being a big respected R&B singer to now really being like one of the laughing stocks of the industry. I feel like in R&B, you know, remember he did do all that stuff against Nicki during the hate train and everything like that, and he been going down like he been going outside ever since. So I don't know. You know, they do say go against Nicki, it'll cost you. But Keisha's like, she didn't even really, she claims she loved him, but she wouldn't have made it a big deal if she did love him because you know, you would have been like, oh, okay, whatever, it's a surprise, but I love him, so he came out. No, she's like mad, like whoever did this, blah, 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 going off about it. So it's like she ain't want him on her stage. And, you know, he does have a lot of controversy surrounding him right now with all of his SA allegations and assault allegations and different cases that he's been going through and everything like that. But, you know, we do hear a lot about him being very aggressive with women and other little rumors that we hear. And so, you know, where there's smoke, there's a fire. So I do feel like he has let his fame get to him, you know, ego with these men, and they just get wrapped up in it and they just start treating people any kind of way. So I feel like a lot of what Trey Songz is going through is karma. But I also feel like people are seeing how not really that talented he is. He has some good songs and some hits that have been written over the years, but vocally, when you really look at him, and go back and watch his stuff, it's like, damn, he was a clown this whole time. So that's my opinion about that. I feel like Keisha like, keep all of that away from me. It's almost like nobody really wants to touch Trey Songz or deal with him industry wise right now. But I feel like this is a part of his humbling experience. You never know. Maybe if they allow him to go through enough humiliation rituals, they might allow him back into the fold. The powers that be. Who knows? But y'all, that's all I have for you in this video. Let me know down in the comments what you think about each topic. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, all that good stuff, and be looking out for the next one. Okay? Bye-bye.